Okay. Had some issues with the stream, but we're back. Plan is to do a little bit of lead code. And then some project work. Probably do this problem and then take it with some project stuff. Play some lo-fi here. Oh, am I still live, dude? What is going on, bro? Did you watch Mr. Robot? No, I did not. I don't remember you telling me though. Shit. Mr. Robot. Did you say I look like him, Ryan? Mr. Robot? I look like this guy or something? Or is that what you told me? Anti-social computer program. I'm gonna leave it tabbed here, bro, just so I can watch it for you. It's free on Tubi and Prime Video. But yeah, the goal is do a little bit of lead code. One problem is project work. I'm chatting with someone on Discord right now. Project work or personal project? Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm working on a personal project. I'm also learning OpenGL, doing C++ OpenGL research, trying to teach myself. But yeah, it's a restaurant management system I'm working on, bro. I'm in a group, dude. A group project in my last semester. We're building a restaurant management system. I'm the team lead, but yeah, I gotta keep working on it, dude. Look how much code I've pushed, bro. This I pushed, dude. I'm pushing hella code right now, but yeah, it's coming along, dude. It's getting there. So what I do have, yeah, this one's an academic one, but I also have other personal projects too. Anyway, let's take a look at this problem. The max minimum excluded of an array is the smallest missing non-negative integer in it. For example, the max of -1. Oh, by the way, Russ, did you say that I look like the guy in Mr. Robot? Is that what you're saying? Or what? I can't remember what you told me. It was a few months ago, but I remember you telling me. Did you remind me again? For example, the max of -123 is 0, while the max of 103 is 2. Is the minimum excluded... The max minimum excluded of an array is the smallest missing non-negative integer in it. Smallest missing non-negative integer. Okay, smallest missing non-negative integer. Okay. Oh, dude, that's an API key. Whoops. Whoops, dude. Probably should not have, Whoops, I mean, it was half an API key, but it's whatever, dude. By the way, I applied for GitHub Education. It got rejected. No way, dude. Okay, no longer any API key. Well, I just leaked half my API key, but that's okay. Like, it's only half. GitHub Education, is that like a software engineering role, dude, or what is that? Still Scally draw here. Let's take a look here. Okay, so let's grab this here. So in one operation, you can add or subtract value from any element of nums. For example, 1, 2, 3, value 2. Let's take a look here. Let's grab this here. I'm still a little bit confused with the problem, but again, some input here. Our value is 5, so we can make changes with 5. One can achieve the result by applying the following operations. Add value to nums1 twice to make nums0. Subtract value from nums2 once to make nums this. Subtract value from nums3 twice to make nums this. The max of nums is 4. It can be shown that 4 is the maximum max we can achieve. To be honest, I'm not really understanding this. Think about it as modular arithmetic. Oh, bro. A little bit confused with the problem. I don't know if it's just me, but I always get really confused with the problems. Let's take a look here. Let's try and get a better description here. Smallest. I understand, you know, what has to be done in the problem, but I don't get where we're making these operations, right? It just says in the problem that in one operation you can do this. Turn the maximum max numbers after applying the mentioned operation any number of times. Any number of times. Does that mean, I'm thinking it's probably more of a, maybe a backtracking problem? Non-negative integer after the operations. Man, this stuff is loud over here, bro. Can you give me a better description? Or intuitive description, probably you're given an array nums, a value, you can out-abstract value any number of times. Yep, find the smallest non-negative integer max that cannot be formed after performing those operations on all elements. Adding abstracting value doesn't change a number's remainder when divided. Adding abstracting value doesn't change a number's remainder when divided by value. That means each number in nums is stuck. Let's take a look at the hints. I'm not, honestly, don't have the intuition for this. Think about using modular arithmetic. How does finding the frequency of nums I and mod value help? Easily be hard. 16 hours, 29 minutes. I've seen a Leetcoding. I can't even understand what the fuck is max. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even know what max is either. What? The examples are so poor, they don't even know any edge cases. Why can't max of 0 to 3 be 5 if I applied 0 times? Yeah, I think this is a terrible question. I think I'm going to move on a little bit. We're going to do something else. Let's take a look here. Let's find something. We can do our daily problem for the day before we get started. House robber, perfect squares. What should we take a look at? Should we take a look at valid parentheses? Let's just do an easy one. Get started. Given a string S containing these characters, and this, determine if the input string is valid. Input string is valid if open brackets must be closed, open brackets must be closed. Same type of brackets. We have an order here that obviously gives it away that it's a stack. Every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. So we're given this is true. We're given this is true. Okay. Given a string S containing just the characters, and determine if the input string is valid. So I instantly think here for this problem here. Let's delete this. Instantly think here, right? The first thing you want to do is every opening bracket we see, we want to add, right? So we add this. Every opening bracket we add, right? And we just kind of keep track of the order of this, right? If our stack we're adding and our stack kind of goes like this, really the next element that we want to pop from here has to be one that corresponds with the value at the top of the stack, right? Because if this is, you know, I don't know, if this is here, right? And then we have this type of bracket, we instantly know, and we're looking, we have a closing bracket of this, then we know that our order's messed up or fucked up, whatever you want to call it, right? So then we instantly be able to return false here, right? So my initial thought process here is to have an unordered map. Hang on, let's think about this here. Let's make a private section, right? Let's create an unordered map here. Unordered map of char. We can just call this like map. We can then have inside of it, we can hardcode our values in here. Right? I don't know how this is done in C++, but honestly not sure, but let's kind of get it going here. We have this here, and then we have a squiggly and we have a square. So let's add all this crap. Then we have a square. So we have our keys as the openings, and then the values as the closing ones. I don't know if this is the way to go. Let's take a look at Claude. I don't know if this is the way you initialize in C++. Is this correct? Initialization. Take a look here. No, okay, it's not correct. We need this. I mean, we were close. No, let's just take this. Okay, it looks good, right? So we initialize that, right? So we then want to create a stack, right? So let's see stack. We want to hold chars in the stack. You can call this stack, right? And we can go, okay, well, for... Do we need the index values at all? No, I don't think so. So we can just go like for char s in s. If s is equal to if s dot find s. Sorry, this should be char c. What am I doing here? If map.find c does not equal map.end, right? No, this is not the way to do it, right? Because this is an opening bracket, right? This is an opening bracket, right? So if or C is equal to, or C is equal to square bracket, we can just return, sorry, we can just stack dot append C, right? Else, right, we need to check, okay, well, if stack dot is empty, right? If stack dot empty, or stack dot find, I don't know how to reference this in C++. If stack dot find, not stack, if map dot find, how to search values, dude. I need to ask Claude this. I don't know how to search for values here. How to search for values? I don't know what the syntax is to do this. Maybe we should switch it around then. Maybe we should switch this around. So we should go, okay, well, it's just easier. I don't know the syntax off the top of my head, and I don't want to look at it for ages, so. Oh, dude, my chest hurts so bad. I don't know why. Oh. Is this, right? We instantly stack that append. We then check, okay, well, if the stack is empty, or map.find C dot find end map dot end. Equal to map.find end. We can instantly just return false, right? We're returning a boolean here. Outside here, we just want to return true. Well, if stack dot is stack, bro, do you employed now, brother? Yeah, bro, I am employed. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I start in January, but yeah, I have a job lined up, so stack dot empty, and we want to return true, right? Else we just like return false, right? Okay. Should be lowercase. Char and S, if it's an opening bracket, we close it. Otherwise, if it's empty, we instantly can return false, right? If it's a closing bracket, the order's messed up. If we map.find C as equal to map.end, right? So it's not found. I think I got something wrong here, but we want to correspond to the top element, right? Because we need to check, okay, well, if the top element is valid, we'll have to stack dot top it. Trying to think. I know how to do this. I'm trying to think about how I do this in C++. Because Because I know how to solve this problem. I've just, this is kind of like a syntax issue, really. Can I ask you something? I'm new to a junior web dev. Did it still work now to get a job? Yeah, I mean, I knew a junior web dev. Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, I love to code, dude. So, I mean, I'm a hobbyist. You know, I studied CS. Doing my master's right now. I'm in my last semester. Like, I just, yeah, coding has been a hobby of mine, and programming, yeah, just been a hobby of mine. So, I mean, I would say yes, but it depends if you really enjoy it. So, I'm more of a hobbyist, I guess, but I would say yeah, bro. So, dude, I don't know why my chest hurts so bad, bro. Oh my gosh. Check if empty has to be equal, otherwise it's false. If stack.empty. We need to pop though, that's the thing. We need to pop our elements, so really, instead of just checking here, we probably need to like look for our key here. So if, what is this? It's a value, right? Is that opening bracket? How do I look through values in C++? Using find search by key. Oh, bro, I have a headache right now. I think this is the wrong way to do it. Stack.top does not equal does not equal map C temp false. Should be push. Let's take a look at this code. Let's get rid of this. If map dot so if it exists, which is opening bracket, right? This refers to ordered maps. Bro, this is bright as hell, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. Why is this so bright? Not specified with the key. Either 0 or 1 does not contain allowed duplicates. Returns the number of elements with key that compares. stack dot push, else. Closing bracket. I think we forgot to stack dot pop. Let's think about this. For char and C, if map.count C, stack.push C, right? If map.count C, so it does exist, then we can push C, right? Because our C here is an opening bracket. Else, if it's a closing bracket, this here. I think I need to switch my opening brackets to be key. This is fucking with me, dude. The syntax here. Okay, so this is actually, I think, checking if it's a closing bracket. I think I totally messed this up. That's why. Closing bracket. So we would move this up here. Otherwise, we'd stack dot pop. Close it off. Oh, dude. Great. Now my Chrome just crashed, bro. What is going on right now? Dude, no way my computer just crashed. No fucking way. Oh my gosh. Is my stream still good? I think my computer might have crashed. I don't know. Bro, what is going on right now? Okay, so I think we're back. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but my computer like crashed for a little bit, but it's whatever. It was stacked up hopping twice. We should only stack dot push here. Dot push. See. There we go. Okay. For char and C, we're checking the closing brackets, right? Because our closing brackets, I was messing up. I thought this was checking the keys for some reason. Anyway, this is checking the values here, right? We're mapping C to a value. If it's here, if it's empty, it's false. If it's the top of it is the same, does not equal that, it's false. Then we pop, right, to make an even. Otherwise, we would push. Here, if the stack is empty, we return true. If not, we just return false, right? So it's simple as that. Nice. Let's take a look at, let's do one more. Let's take a look at a sliding window really quick. You're given an array of integers nums. There's a sliding window size of k, which is moving from the very left of the array to the very right. You can see the k numbers in the window. Each time the sliding window moves right by one position, return the maximum sliding window. Max is here. Oh, jeez. So we're just, it's just pretty much just a basic sliding window problem. Let's take a look at the constraints here. I think this should pass. I hope. Let's take a look. Let's do a basic sliding window. We did solve this before, probably a little while ago, Jan 15th, yeah. Left is equal to 0, 4, right, in range. Oh, no, that's Python for int I is equal to 0, I is less than. So it's I is I plus plus, right? Create a private section here, right? I think what we're gonna have here is we're gonna have a unordered map with an integer, because we need this unordered map to keep track of our window, right? So what are we gonna store in here? I think it's gonna be integer. We're gonna store the integer values, right? We can call this window, right? Guess for the key we can store the maybe the index value, and then for the value we can store the actual value, maybe. Well, I'm trying to think here, because we actually have to store the maximum sliding, the maximum in the window, so I don't remember how I did it, dude. I'm pretty sure I used a hash map from memory. Okay, this is an interesting way to do it. I use a fucking queue here, dude. What? Okay, so that's a terrible solution, but I actually want to do a window here. I'm trying to think how we keep track of the window. I think the best way to do it is probably the hash map, but maybe we don't even need a hash map. Maybe we can just keep an int max, right? We can keep window size here, right? Set it to 0. Maybe we can create a variable down here that's like a int max res, right, is 0. This is the max size of our window. Can we have negative numbers in this? We can have negative numbers. I don't think that really matters though, to be honest, but window size here, we then want to loop, right? So every time, right? Every time we loop, we go, okay, well, let's call this size, right? We can do size plus or equal to nums I, right? While we have our while loop here, this here will move the window, right? Move the window. And go, okay, well, while what would be our condition here? While right minus left plus 1 is less than or equal to k, Well, actually, no. It's greater than or equal to k. What do we want to do here? We want to left. No, sorry. We'd go. Let's make this a better variable name. Let's go like curse size or something. We go like curse size plus or equal to minus or equal to nums left, right? Then we move left by 1. Move left by 1, so left plus or equal to 1. We want a valid window, right? So we only really want the maximum when there's 3 elements, right? So we probably need an if statement here, like, well, this isn't true if right minus left plus 1 is equal to k, right? Let's leave a comment here. Like, we have the correct window size. Correct window size, right? Let's stood max. Let's do max res is equal to stood max res curse size. And then we just want to return our max res. Left. Plus or equal to nums I. Oops, curse size. That's what I meant. I have to make one on a pointer. Right minus left plus 1 is greater than or equal to k. Oh. Oops, right. Right. Nums I, dude. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop using I, dude. Using I anywhere else? No. Let's see. Term max res. What is this? No vowel conversion from int. We want a vector of ints. What are we returning here? You can see the k numbers in the window. Each time the sliding window is right by one, says return the max sliding window. Oh shit, we're returning. Oh, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, and oh, whoops! I thought we were returning an integer value. Well, that makes it a little different, dude. What? Greater than or equal to k. It doesn't want to be k. We want to be greater than k for starters. Because if it's equal, then we want to do this. We want to... Let's do vector of int res. Res dot pushback. Curse size. Left plus or equal to 1. Turn max res. This should be res. Three, negative 1, 1, 5, 14, 16. How the fuck do we get that? 1, 3, negative 1. Oh, we want the max. We're adding, dude. Jeez, I'm so useless. We're adding here, so... Shit, if we actually have the values in the sliding window, we're gonna need some sort of way to keep track of this, right? So trying to think here, how can we keep track of this? Well, now we're gonna have to pull in a hash map or something. Window here. Word map. What is it? Add. Insert. Curve size. You gotta add to the window instead. Add to the window, right? What did I do? What did I call it? Window. Like window dot window right is equal to nums right. We move the window. If it's greater than k, we have to delete nums left, but I don't know the syntax to do that. Sorry, really? We should not be adding that. We should be doing nums right is equal to 1. We probably have to do some sort of if, right? Because we could have, well, if nums.count nums right, then we would go window nums right plus or equal to 1. Otherwise, it would be else. I think in C++ you can do this by default. Window nums right is equal to 1. So this would be like if it exists already, right? Or it does not exist. And we move the window, right? We have the while loop here to move the window, right? So we'd have to check, okay, well, is there like a delete or something? Or erase elements? Erase, pass in an iterator or const key reference. Probably have to look up the syntax for this, but so we want to delete left, right? So what is it? Fuck, what do we call this? Window nums left minus or equal to 1. Then we want to check, okay, well, if nums dot find
Let's fucking just count return again, bro. The number of elements with key that is either 1 or 0. Number of elements with key that conveys.
Hashal Kumar says, bro, how long to earn 800 from YouTube like you? I'm good at CP and got fined 850 by college. Bro, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. I make $0 from YouTube, bro. Absolutely $0, bro. So, not really interested in making money either, to be honest, but yeah, absolutely. I make negative dollars, bro. Does dot count in unordered map return just 1 or 0? Like if it exists. So either 1 or 0 if it doesn't, since on a map a unit stores unique keys. So it does. So if I want the value, do I use dot find? Okay. So we want to use a value. So let's find dot find here. So if numbers dot find nums doing an if here. I don't think that's the way to go about this. Let's see here. I'm not really too sure. Here in the while, I want to. What do I want to do? Invals equal to nums left. No, but this is a hash map, bro. What are you talking about? Okay, maybe it's just like if window nums left is 0, then we can window.arrays val. It's decent. There's a lot of code for Leetcode, dude. While this delete left, windows nums left minus or equal to 1, right? We check. Okay, if it's 0, we delete it, right? Okay, so now we have to check if it is the correct window size, right? We need to find the maximum element. How can we find the max element in an unordered map? Maybe is there a built-in method? Is there a built-in method? We gotta do an iterator here. Ugh. Trying to think here. So if it is that size, we need to find the maximum value in here, right? This here allows us to keep the window, right? Here where I don't even think we need this here. I think in C++ here, it just automatically doesn't. Even if It does not exist. Okay, so you can do this in C++. We can remove this code here. This is just garbage code. Windows num right plus or equal to 1, right? This is automatically done in C++. Right? We move that window. We delete. If it's 0, we erase it. If it's the window size, and we need to create an iterator here. So if it first, max it first, max it is equal to it. Stood max element. We could handle duplicate values though, like we could. Oh, that's fine if we have duplicate, doesn't really matter because we're just looking for the max element, right? So this way we keep track of it. Stood max element. What the hell is this? Let's see what's for standard item used to find the largest element. Takes 2 iterators first and last, defining a range. Iterates through the strings and returns an iterating pointer to the element of the greatest value. Okay. Well, it's fine. Let's do like int max key is equal to int min, right? For const auto reference key in what should we do here, dude? Const auto reference p in window max key equal to stood max key p dot first. For here we then res dot push back. We want to push back our max key. Yeah, max key here. This is probably pretty slow. I don't know if this is gonna pass. Pilot error, Windows. We want window. Oh, Val, we want what's left. TLE. Bro, I knew I was gonna get TLE. Correct solution. Okay, so this is the correct solution here. I mean, we coded a sliding window solution, right? So it's saying here that, I mean, this is our issue. I kind of knew this was our issue here, but I'm trying to think what's the best way to do this. Optimal approach, use a DQ monotonic queue. Jeez, man. Fuck. Queue lets you keep track of potential maximum efficiently. Okay, so what's the optimal way to solve this? heat priority queue, Monotonic queue, queue sliding window. How do I learn to solve a problem, like remember a bunch of syntax and try, or what? How do I learn to solve a problem? I don't know, dude. I mean, dude, I'm not a god at these, bro. I don't know. I just try and solve them, bro. Like, I'm learning C++. You know, I still struggle with the syntax, so it's like I just keep going, dude. After a little while, you just start to understand like the intuition of how to solve it. Again, I mean, I solved this problem. I'm getting a TLE right now, but it's like I need to speed this up, right? And the optimal way to do this is with a monotonic queue. Do I really know what a monotonic queue is? Kind of, but like, how about using a data structure queue size? A queue size need not to be the same as the window size. Remove the redundant elements, and the queue should store only elements that need to be considered. Okay. Trying to think here. Remove all smaller elements will never be needed. DQ to push back. If window reaches K, record max front of queue. No, dude, I loved my solution though, dude. No, I don't want to get rid of it, bro. How sad, bro. How sad. Well, I guess we gotta fix it up. So DQ int DQ. We have our res here. We do the same thing here. We go for, we can change this to I. We don't even need a left anymore. Doesn't look like we need a current size either. So we have our vectors here. Keep going. All right. So let's see here. Remove indices that are out of the current window. Remove all small elements that will never be needed. So we can get rid of this window here. Guess we can get rid of this as well. We gotta redo this code here, so root force was sliding window plus hash map, right? And then optimized with monotonic queue. Keeps track of index. So if our DQ is empty, not empty, right? And DQ.front is less than or equal to I minus K, we can DQ.popFront, right? So what this is doing here is removing index that is out of the current window, right? We think about a queue here. Right, I feel like with a queue, let's kind of put this into practice here. With a queue here, let's kind of have our queue shit. Make it look like this, right? That queue here, input these elements, grab these elements, right? Remove index that is out of the current window. So if our queue is not empty, so it has something in it, and DQ.front is less than or equal to I minus K. So we add in our elements here. So we would go 1, right? 1. Okay. Let's actually switch these colors. Let's go white. All right, we'd have 1. We'd have 3. And we'd have -1 right now in our queue, right? This is what our queue looks like. Okay, that's why we access the front here, because we're popping this element, right, and moving everything forward, right? So we check if our queue is empty and the DQ.front is less than or equal to I minus K. So DQ.front is less than or equal to I minus K. So really here, sorry, what we're storing here is we're going to be storing the index values, right? So we're going to have 0 here. We're going to have 3 here. We're going to have -1. That's why it's a monotonic queue, because we're working with the index, right? So we have this element here, right? We pop this and we, oh my gosh, what am I doing here, bro? This is the index, since it's a monotonic queue, right? We have 0, 1, and then 2, right? We then pop this, right? Because what we have here, if DQ.front is less than or equal to I minus K, right? This is so we keep the window size, right? We want our size to be 3, right? So DQ.front is less than or equal to I minus K. DQ.front is 0, right? Our I that we're at here would be 3, right? So 3 minus 3, right, is 0. Thus, this would run and pop the front, right? So that makes sense, right? So this is really, a better description of this would be like keeping this at window of size K, right? Oh. Ow. This is an interesting way to think about it. I'm trying to think here how exactly we would be able to find the maximum value here in this. I mean, there's no possible way to just easily find the max in O of 1, so I don't know. So it looks like here we remove all smaller elements, they'll never be needed. Try to think here. While DQ's not empty and nums DQ.back is less than nums I, we then pop from the back because we'll never need it. So this is the next part here, which is an interesting way. I mean, I'm kind of learning about this too. We check if it's not empty, right? Because you don't want to check something if there's something in it, right? There's not something in it. And we check nums DQ.back is less than nums I, right? We then DQ.popback and we DQ.pushback I. So we add elements here, right? Add elements, right? This here removes all smaller elements because they will never be needed. So let's think about this a little bit more. This keeps the window, right? Removes all small elements because they'll never be needed. That's what I don't get here. I'm not really fully comprehending this, why we would use this. It's a very heavy day. Well, let's go, dude. Mine didn't get accepted, so... Why are we popping all these elements? See my other submission. Python. While Q and if window size reached K. I don't get why we're doing this. Why are we doing this? We want to queue the store indices of elements in decreasing order of their values. Queued up front will always be the maximum of the current window. Can never be the maximum of this window or any future window that includes nums I. Oh, okay. I understand. Ah, okay. So, I think every time what we're doing here is that we're checking here that dq.back is less than nums I, so we're checking here, well, if the back of it, right, is less than the current element that we're looking at, right, then you might as well keep popping it, right? Because we want to keep the greatest element at the front, right? We don't really need to have 3 elements within our window. We just need to make sure the greatest element is at the front, right? And this is what that's doing here, okay? And then we push the element and we keep removing it, right? That makes sense. Push 0. I is 1. Nums is 3. Push 1. DQ dot front 3. Pop 0. Push 1. Okay. It's a tough problem, dude. Now if I is greater than or equal to k minus 1, we then want to push back nums dq dot front here. Then we just return our reds here. So if I is greater than or equal to k minus 1, k minus 1 being the window, 3 minus 1. Why this? Okay, so if I is greater than k minus 1, so this is just checking if the window, right? So we're checking if we're actually at this point, so k minus 1 being 2, right? So 0, 1, 2, right? Once we get to this point, then we can start keeping track of the window, right? You know, and keep moving. It's a smart way to think about it, but I just don't feel like this is like what a normal human thinks like, you know. That's why I sometimes hate this shit. Like, it's a good solution though, but I have to see what this looks like, dude. It's got some syntax error here. DQ.back. Okay. It's enough leak code, dude. Sometimes it drives me insane, bro. Let's take a look here. Pull origin main. Okay, let's run what we got. npm run dev. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's log in. So I believe here the next thing we want to add here is open occupied. I mean, these need colors. I'm going to keep leaving the waiter page for now, but I'm going to give the manager the ability to check out people. So we need some sort of dashboard to see. Brian Thomas Rogers, try coding game. Ooh. Oh. Should I try it? I gotta work on the restaurant management system though. You wanna see? This is what we got so far. Yeah, this is what we got so far. We got the login page working. We got try Clash of Code. Coding game. What is it called? Coding game. What is it called? What's the website called again? The URL? URL. Codinggame.com. Let's take a look here. That's looking really good, by the way. Thanks. Yeah. I gotta add the ability for the. Oh, why am I getting access denied now? What's going on? Yeah. Oh, what is happening? I don't know why this is happening. Oh, now we're back. Okay, that's so weird. I don't know why that was doing that. I'm an admin in here, so I should be able to go to everything. Yeah, I mean the styling is just pretty garbage, but I mean I have to fix it, but to add the reports too. I'm gonna take a look at it later. I'll do this next time. I'll do this some coding game next time. I want to work a little bit on this because I gotta implement some stuff, but I think what do I want to do here? I want to let the manager be able to have a little bit, I don't know what I want to give it. A little bit of maybe a table view. These are the tables here. Maybe we can add a little bit of a button here or something to like pay or something. So where is this section here? Alright, lol. I forgot there is a bit of an onboarding problem just to demonstrate how to play. No, yeah, it's okay. I'll do the onboarding. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it. I will try it. I'll do it tomorrow. I just did like an hour and an hour of Leetcoding, and I'm kind of over doing those sort of stuff right now. I just want to work on something here, but here we have all that's assigned, so we can select here. This is our tables on map here. We're mapping everything. You know, maybe we can add like some sort of button or something. Let's just leave that for now. Let's do call this like pay or something. What is this, dude? Pay. We need it for each table. Whoops. Let's see. Select here. Div here. Can we add a button for each page, dude? It's so hard to understand what's happening here. Workers.map, key, user ID, value, user ID. Understandable. But I'll hop off so you can work. Understandable. Sounds good. See you later. Appreciate you stopping by. I'll do some code games tomorrow. Unassigned. This is a select here. Table ID. It's not liking that. Why? One parent element. I wanted to map through all the tables and have a button for each table. Maybe we have to do that a different way. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Grab this div here. I want to map through this and create button. Create a button. Do this. That's so weird. So I was right. You can do that here. What is going on right now? Within the div, we can add bro, why is it doing this, dude? Bro, oh my gosh, dude, I cannot stand GitHub Copilot. This shit is so annoying, dude. Oh my gosh. Bro, why was it giving me errors before? What is going on right now? Okay, so there we go. We got each button here. Like pay table or something. I don't know. Maybe pay would be better. Add an on click. On click, we want to. Hi, what framework are you using? I'm using React, bro. Let's call it handle payment. Pass in. I have to look at the database, dude. What are we using in the database? Handle payment. In here we have a payment ID that links to an order ID. I don't even know if I even want to pass in the table ID. I don't even think that's necessary. Maybe we can just pass in. Yeah, bro. Do we just want to generate a payment really? So all we have to do is do a post request here. So, because really this pay button doesn't have to do anything, right? We just generate a payment from the order that we have. But how do we know what order it is? We'd have to check if somehow there is an order there. To get the order ID somehow. So maybe we'd have to pull the workers, the tables. Have a table ID. Yeah, we'd have to pull the orders from manager, right? So manager is going to have to load in all the orders, right? Const orders, right? Set orders, right? We're going to have to... Let's grab one like a use effect here. Use effect here. We want to pass in const fetch orders. That looks good. PI orders, set orders. Yep. Okay. Grab the orders. We now got to pass in. We set the orders here with the data. We need to pass in this orders as a prop here. So list, table list. Let's pass in our orders is equal to orders. Table list here. On orders here, right? We need to handle the payment. Maybe we can have like some sort of check here that checks if there's any valid table ID in the orders that links to grab this because I'm not sure how I would do that, honestly. I have to look that up. Let's take a look at the database here. I'll kind of put this on the screen, show what we're working with here. It's pretty blurry, but you can see here that we have a payments table here, just what I'm working with, but we have an order ID, foreign key here to the primary key. And we have a table ID here. So we pull the table ID that matches the order ID, right? And then we post that into the payments. That's what I'm kind of thinking here. Creating a pay button here. ID, which is the primary key. Order ID, foreign key, payment underscore method, amount, payment time. Alright, and then we have a orders, right? Our orders. Orders table here, and we have a total underscore amount, tip underscore amount. How can I, card order exists at the table. What is status? So what's weight are you using? So in tables here we have, tables here we have, what do we have here? Status in tables. Tables, table. Okay, so we find page waiter table list. Create a handler function. Orders equal orders are fine. O.table ID is equal to table. Submit payment. I have a beginner. So which language I should start with? Harsh Kumar. I don't know, dude. Whatever interests you, bro. That's what I would recommend. Whatever interests you, man. Whatever interests you, dude. I did some web development stuff. I'm super interested in C++ game development and stuff like that. So it's really up to you, bro. Whatever kind of you want to do. So constant payment. table.map t. Java? I mean, bro, it's up to you, Harsh Kumar. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, bro. Async. T. Table. Fine. It's really up to you, Harsh, bro. If Java interests you, I mean, bro, it's what you want to do. I wouldn't recommend anyone to do anything they don't want to do. You know, it's just like whatever interests you is what you want to do. You know. I could say, you know, learn C++ or learn JavaScript or whatever, but really at the end of the day, it's up to, you know, it's up to you. It's up to what you find interesting. So, what is .find? O.table ID is equal to table.table ID, and O.status is equal to completed. Completed? What do we have in the database, dude? Let's take a look at waiter. We have open and occupied. Dude, this would be order.status. Man, I wish I had access to the freaking database, dude. This shit pisses me off, dude. Like, it's literally so annoying. Like, I have to look up all the backend routes, like localhost 3001 API/orders. Order status done, in progress, done, in progress, done. So this kind of refers to the chef here, I think. Bro, what the hell is going on here? I don't know why this shit ain't loading, dude. Oh, bro. Dead computer, bro. What is wrong with my database? Dead computer, bro. There we go. Okay. So chef here is in progress. So this is referring to this, but this should be what the chef sees, right? The waiter should see if the table is open or occupied, right? So really we have to check O.table, order.table ID, right, is equal to table.table ID, right, and table.status status. Yeah, what's up, dude? It's occupied. I think that's what I'm looking for here. So if this order does not exist, we want to do, I don't want to do an alert. I want to do like toast dot. Do we have access to toast here? Let's just leave it as an alert for now. No active. No order. How you been at it, yeah? How's Amazon, bro? Your interview? this table, right? So if it exists, proceed with payment, post request, right? We do a try here. Let's do const response is equal to wait.fetch. It's a post. That's fine. Order ID. So what are we submitting in here? We have order ID is order.order ID. Payment ID. Amount. How much is the amount? Oh shit, we have to get the amount from up here. Shit, we're gonna have to get that from order items. Oh, bro, there's so much that comes to when you do this, dude. Last time I emailed them, they told me they're still coordinating with the availability of the interview. Also this month, people will be on leave frequently due to festivals in India, so waiting. Ah, shit. Okay, fair enough. Well, that sucks, though. I want to hear about it, dude. I want to hear about how you destroyed that interview, bro. Did you do the daily problem today on Leetcode at it, yeah? It was kind of AIDS, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of AIDS. So we need to submit a payment ID. We need to submit an order ID. We need to submit a payment method, an amount, and a payment time. Kind of like, I want to see this a little bit better. No, just got up. We'll look it up. Yeah, I thought the description was kind of AIDS, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but so we need an order ID. We need a payment ID too. Payment underscore ID. How can we generate? How can you generate a random ID in JavaScript? Let me just copy this in here. Just copy this code. Const generate random ID. Let's do that. Generate random ID. It is an integer that we're holding in it, right? Info order ID payment method, right? Payment method. Oh, let's go method. Let's just put credit card. I don't think it really matters, bro. Honestly, like, for the amount right now, let's just put in 100 just for like testing purposes, and then we can, like, you know, payment date. Let's do that. Yeah. Is that what it is in the database? Payment time. Payment time. Payment underscore time. Const response. We need to make this payment say post request here. Let's do, okay, if response dot Okay. Error processing payment. Need to update table status. Yeah, like we need to update table status to open. Mex was confusing. Dude, honestly, I just thought the fucking description was confusing as fuck. Like, I mean, bro, you're obviously way better than me at Leetcode, so it's like, I just thought the description was really odd, to be honest. I couldn't really solve it. Like, I didn't even know where to begin, to be completely honest with it. I didn't have the intuition or anything, so. I had never even heard what Mex was until I read that Leetcode problem, so. Is it tough, bro, or can you easily solve it? The term is common on code forces. Oh, okay, yeah, dude. I don't know shit about code forces, bro. I'm not even really that good, to be honest, at Leetcode. I feel like I'm pretty average. API, tables, table ID. I believe I have that. I feel like this would be patched though. I don't know why they suggested put as its content type. JSON, body.stringify, status, open. We want to keep the assigned waiter. We just want status open. And if table.response, okay, error updating table status. Otherwise, I feel like we just alert payment successful. Right, in the future here, we probably want to, let's fix this with toast notifications instead of alerts. Then catch an error here. Catch error, console log error. Keep going, bro. Love your dedication and passion toward coding. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, I try, dude. I'm nothing amazing, but you know, I try. I enjoy it, dude. I enjoy the grind. It's probably more of a hobby, to be honest, but can't handle payment here. Handle our payment. Okay, well, let's see if this works. I'm definitely gonna have some sort of error here for sure, but oh, we need to add our API payments here. Let's add this. Payments post table. Payment time. Wait, from payments, insert. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good, looks good. Why is this being suggested here? What, like what? Alright, let's take a look here, see if this works. Definitely gonna have some sort of an issue here, but I guess we'll see. See, this is occupied. Table 8 is occupied, so let's pay this. I don't know if that did anything. Error processing payment. Took a little while to load. Error updating table status. Payment successful. Patch not found. Tables 8. Okay, so first of all, let's do, okay, if this, then we can alert. Oops. Right. Cannot get a, oh, bro. API slash payments here. Let's take a look at. Maybe because amount here, I'm adding in a string, dude. Maybe that's the reason. Payment method is a varchar. Amount is numeric. Maybe this should just be 100. Maybe that's the reason. 100 here. Let's take a look at localhost API tables. Dot put. Dot put. So maybe this should be a put instead of a patch. Put. Colon ID. Okay, let's try it now. Let's see if it works. Table 8 is occupied. Error processing payment. Internal server error post 500. Internal server error. Table list JSS 25. Let's grab this const response here. Grab the index.js. Maybe that other thing worked. Maybe if we update this now, maybe table 8 is open. There we go. Yeah, so that works now. The put here. I don't know why I'm getting this error here. API slash payments. Have I spelt everything correctly? Payment ID, order ID, payment method. amount, payment time, timestamp. I think it's probably could be the variables that I'm. Jeez, dude. That was bad. I wonder if maybe this is not the specific type that we're looking for, that the payment time. For payment method is a varchar. Method is a varchar. Oh shit. Varchar amount is numeric and payment underscore time is a timestamp using Superbase. So maybe I don't need to put in payment ID. I don't actually have to generate this. Maybe I didn't realize that. Maybe Superbase is generating it for me. So maybe... Yeah, maybe Superbase is generating it for me. So payment ID, we can get rid of this. Add a little bit of better error logging here. Let's see if this works now. So for table 11 is occupied. No order with this table. Okay, that's interesting. Everything is open here. It's coded waiter. I can't change them. Fuck. Oh, really? I'm gonna have to change this myself, dude. Oh my god. Oh, really, dude? Really, bruh? PI/table. PI/table. PI/table ID. What is it? Put where's API slash API slash tables slash ID 2 headers. How do you do this again? always forget how to do this. GraphQL binary raw. Really, dude? Cannot post API tables 2. What? Yeah. Oh, I'm doing posts. That's why. Should be put. Okay. Type shit. 1 occupied. Let's make 3 occupied, bro. I don't know why Postman does this to me, but it's fine. Let's make 4 occupied. Thank you. Let's make 5 occupied. Okay, let's take a look here now. So 2 is occupied, 3, 4, 5, 1 is still open. Let's fix that. Let's make 1. Okay. Oh, it should be good. 1 is now occupied. Okay. Got a manager here. Let's try pay this. Oh, it worked. There we go. Type shit. That is a dub. Let's take a look here. Let's make a get payments. Yes. Grab everything. API/payments. Let's call this get payments. Let's grab this in our browser here. Let's see what we're working with here. Localhost 3001 API/get payments. Let's go. We did it. We got a receipt here. Payment ID is 2. I guess. What is the code here? I guess we're generating payment ID to be 2. But that's fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Alright, let's call it there. Tomorrow we can add the feature where we can view the payments now in the manager table. So we added this feature. Pretty happy about that. Really what we got to do now is we got to clean this up, the UI. We have our chef page here. The admin page. Got to clean up the UI, right? And then our manager page here, now we can pay, right? We're going to fix this up a little bit, make this look a little bit better. Add the ability to swap everything. Shouldn't take too long to generate the reports here with all the payments, so that looks good. But making progress. Let's push what we got here. git add, git commit dash m, added Lily to generate payments, git push origin main, that's fine, that's good. Alright guys, I'm gonna jump off. Appreciate you guys watching the stream. If any of you are interested, you guys should follow me on GitHub. You know, make me look a little bit better than what I am, but appreciate you guys watching. I'll be streaming again tomorrow and all weekend. Probably gonna be streaming some OpenGL, C++ stuff. You know, maybe I'm gonna continue working on some projects too, but we'll have some longer streams as we can. I'll be here, so appreciate you guys watching.